Hello everyone, and this is an announcement video about the GTX 260 overclocking competition. This little friendly competition that we set up quite a while ago. It didn't really happen, not much happened in the last couple months, but the competition is coming back. Colder temperatures are coming in with winter now being a thing. And Christmas is coming up, so a lot of people will be off work, they will be on vacation and will actually have time to focus on something like this. So we thought it's a good time to bring this back. I've actually been asked by multiple people to bring this back, so it is coming back. And yeah, so if you haven't heard about this before, let me give you a small introduction to the 260 overclocking competition. And that would be that this is designed to be a competition where anyone can participate. So it has a low barrier of entry. The card that we're overclocking is the GTX 260, a card that you can get as low as €6, though usually more in the €10 range, but it is very cheap for a graphics card. And we're also using a benchmark that doesn't really care about your CPU speed. We tested my 8700K versus some dual-core LGA 775 CPU, and we didn't see any difference in the final score that wasn't based on the graphics card speeds. So you could use just any old junk PC for this, which means that, it will be as fair as possible. So we are running GTX 260s. You only need a card and a PC that can run it. And the benchmark that we're using is also free. It is Unigine Tropics, which again we have tested to be the most sort of fair benchmark. Since these 260s, they can't run modern 3D Mark, they only do DirectX 10, so we had to choose a different benchmark. And we found that Unigine Tropics is sort of the best, because the other option was 3D Mark Vantage, but that one puts more emphasis on your CPU and RAM speed, which we didn't want. We wanted this to be about the graphics card and the graphics card only, because someone who has a super fast CPU could just cheese their way to the top, and we don't want that. So we want people who are just complete beginners, and if they happen to run their card really well, they are supposed to be able to win. That's the main idea. So if this sounds like something for you, if you have an old PC and feel like €10 sounds like cheap enough of an investment to give this a try, then you're welcome to join. There is a link in the description of the video leading to the JackNet RGB Sync Discord. This is where we're set up currently. This might change in the future, but not in the immediate future. So on that Discord, there's an overclocking channel, and in that overclocking channel, there will be a thread about the GTX 260 competition. You can join that thread, you can talk to everyone else who's participating and, plan things, discuss what we're doing, ask for some help, and just generally we'll talk to each other on there. And, that's basically it for what the competition is. So I hope this brings a couple new people into it. Of course, if you're not new, you can also participate. It's just that we tried to make it as fair as possible for new people so that new people have a chance. So if someone sits down and mods their card really well and does some time researching how to optimize their efficiency, because you can do some operating system optimizations, like for example running Windows 7 gives you a bit extra score versus Windows 10. Not much, but a little bit, and you can also optimize your operating system to use less system resources, which also boosts your score again. So if someone puts work into their card, they can absolutely win, even versus the more experienced overclockers that are part of this, which is the main goal. And another thing that we're planning is live streams. So I was approached about this in a live stream, and there was also the idea, I forgot whose idea it was. I want to say a name, but I actually forgot whose idea it was. That person suggested that I could do more live streams where I overclock my 260s. And I could publish the date and time of the live stream beforehand, and then everyone who's part of the competition and has time can set up their card, their test bench at the same time as I stream, and then we can kind of sort of bench along each other, share our scores in Discord in real time, and like discuss what we can do things, and like, you know, like look at what the others are doing. And then it is a friendly competition, so you're supposed to kind of help each other out. Like, it's not a super serious competition. I hope there's not gonna be like any score sandbagging or like any secrets that don't want to be spilled. You know, it's meant to be a good time for people. So you don't need to have super intricate knowledge. People should help you if you don't know about the things. So that's kind of the idea of the live stream. Just kind of do it live together. And like, you know, if other people want to do videos or live streams that we can watch, of course do. Like, my channel started as a sort of like, I'm overclocking stuff and I think it's kind of cool, so I'm making videos about it, and that's just kind of where I've started. And yeah, so there will be a live stream in about a week from now. So the current week where I record this, I still have uni stuff to do, but the week after I will have a vacation period for 2 weeks, and the week after that is also still a little bit, I will technically have to go into uni again, but there's that week is not as crammed as my usual weeks. So over Christmas and the New Year, I will have a lot of time to focus on this. So I hope there will be multiple live streams where I do that, where we sort of progress a little bit, because we do have some stages in the challenge, like the overclocking challenge. We have currently 3 stages. Stage 1 is where we use like just the card as it comes. You're not supposed to modify it. You can change up the cooler, like if your card has a really, really bad cooler, you can put a different cooler on, but it has to be an air cooler. You can't use water cooling. So stage 1 is for the people who want to participate but don't necessarily want to like put in the time and effort to like modify their cards, or like invest in some like extra supplies like buying capacitors and potentiometers to solder onto the card. And maybe for those people who have some cheap AliExpress water block, like I use cheap AliExpress water blocks, it's not that expensive to put together a custom water loop, but it is still an investment that is quite a lot higher than just one of these cards. So we have stage 1 for people who use air cooling and are not really into modding the card. And then stage 2 is water cooling is allowed, but you're not allowed to go sub-zero, and you're allowed to modify the card. And then stage 3 is everything's allowed, so you can go sub-zero. We could be thinking about maybe introducing a air cooling only but PCB modification allowed stage, so like a stage 1.5. for those who just can't invest into a water cooler but still want to mod their card. So I think that there would probably be a demand for that. So yeah, actually we might just allow modding for stage 1, then we don't have to bother with 4 stages. I'll talk to the others. We're like, right now we are still kind of figuring things out, which is why the first live stream is in about a week from now. The video right now is just so that people know, hey, it's happening. And if you want to join in, go get a card now, because you know obviously it'll take a couple days to get sent to you and arrive, and then set up your PC. You might have to go to the attic and dust off an old computer for this, because I don't think anyone just has a test bench ready like I do. So yeah, so I'm giving you this like at least 1 week's notice that we are continuing the competition. And did I miss anything? I don't think I did. So if this sounds interesting to you, or if you just want to watch, like I'm sure you can also only want to watch like Jay's 2 cents and Gamma's Nexus's like overclocking battles always get a lot of people asking for more. You can totally also just watch this. I am planning to do some content over it. So if you just watch this for entertainment, then that's fine. But you're also supposed to be able to continue to participate. So if you want to participate, just do it. Like the cards are super cheap. You probably have an old PC lying around somewhere, so just go get yourself a card and go be a part of this. It's like, I hope it will be really cool, and I'm happy for anyone who decides to join in on this. And with that, I would say I'll see you there. And yeah, until next time, goodbye.